God's gonna trouble the water.
Good afternoon, and welcome to, we are reading the After School Literacy Incentive Program at Second Missionary Baptist Church. We have been in operation for 18 years, and with the help of many volunteer tutors, we have helped hundreds of young students become better readers, more powerful thinkers, and more confident scholars. It is our custom to celebrate Black History Month each year with a focused study on African American history, African American customs, heroes, and heroines. Usually, the end of February gave us an opportunity to share what we had studied with family and friends in a Black History program. Well, the pandemic made such a gathering unwise this year. So we decided we would record the program for sharing virtually. Thank God for technology. So we invite you to listen as our young people share some of the tidbits they have learned in our reading, in our writing, in our discussions this year, 2022, in the after-school program. Each one in their own way is sharing a little bit of what we've talked about, what their tutors have shared with them, and what they've learned. We hope that you'll enjoy what you see. And know that these young people have so much potential. You'll need to be looking for their names in the future. Thank you.
A for ability for people who try to bring slavery to an end. The Donald Trump and Phyllis Wheatley spoke out loud to slavery, against slavery.
B is for Buffalo Soldiers. After the Civil War, African American soldiers were stationed on the western frontier to protect settlers to the forts and the trains. Native Americans nicknamed them Buffalo Soldiers.
C is for cowboys. Douglas,
During
during the 1800s, more than 5,000 black cowboys drove
the Chisholm Trail,
the Chicken Trail. Time road,
driving cattle
driving cattle
from Texas
from Texas
to the railroad
to the railroad
in Abilene,
in
Kansas.
Abilene, Kansas.
Nat Love
Not Love
and Bill Pickett
and Bill Pickens
were well-known
were well-known
rodeo stars.
rodeo stars. Yay hot!
D is for drinking gourd. The Big Dipper was commonly called the drinking gourd because it reminded people of the dry gourds they used to dig water out of a bucket from a drink. At night, fugitive slaves looked up at the drinking gourd to locate the North Star, which helped guide them to the Northern Star and freedom. Harriet Tubman and William Still led freed former slaves on their long and dangerous journey north.
E is for emancipation. On January 1st, 1863, President Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation, which officially freed all the slaves. The news did not reach Texas until 2 years later on June 19th. We celebrate Juneteenth to remember that event.
F is for Founding Fathers. There were more than 5,000 Black patriots fighting for independence and the American Revolution, Crispus, Tupton Abolition, and Peter Salem's are Recording for bravery.
G
G.
is for Great Migration.
G is for great migration.
When
When
World War II
World War II
began,
began,
more workers
more workers
were needed
were needed
in northern factories.
in
Jobs
jobs
were available
available
in the north,
in the north,
and violence
and violence
made life
made life
unbearable in the south. So
So
many
many
African American families
families
moved north
moved
for better jobs,
for better jobs,
better education,
better education,
and better opportunities.
and better opportunities.
H is for Harlem Renaissance. People flocked to Harlem in the 1920s. Artists, writers, musicians, and political activity gathered in this New York neighborhood to express their ideas and creativity. Langston Huston, poet, Zora Neale Hurston, writer, Paul Robinson Smith, singer, James Van Dier, photographer, Augusta Savage, sculpture. I is for inventions. There have been many inventions made by African Americans. Norbert Rillou's sugar refiner, Elijah McCoy machine to make two oil machines, Jan Ernst Metzlinger machine to make shoes, Louis Latimer light bulbs, Madam C.J. Walker hair products, Lonnie
Johnson.
super soaker.
J is for jazz, a true American form of music. Some famous names in jazz are
Louis
Armstrong,
Duke Ellington,
Duke Ellington,
Ella
Ella
Fitzgerald,
and Sarah
Vaughan.
Vaughan.
K is for Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa is a time to celebrate achievements by African Americans. Family and friends gather to focus on the 7 principles of unity, self-determination, collective work, and responsibility, cooperative, economics, purpose, creativity, and faith.
L is for Little Rock 9. Against great opposition and many threats of violence, 9 high school students bravely tried to attend the all-white Central High School in Little Rock, Arkansas in 1957. The heroic young people were able to attend with soldiers by their sides, offering military protection and support.
M is for March on Washington. On August 28, 1963, nearly 250,000 people gathered in Washington, D.C. to support civil rights at the end of segregation. This demonstration helped influence Congress to pass President John F. Kennedy's Civil Rights Act. Dr. Martin Luther King gave his I Have a Dream speech at this gathering.
N stands for NAACP, formed in 1909, a national association for the advancement of colored people, has been a powerful voice in legal victories, educational opportunities, economic improvements, and civil rights. W.E.B. Du Bois and Thurgood Marshall were outstanding leaders of this group.
O is for Olympic medals. African American athletes set amazing Olympic records in many areas. Track and field, Jesse Owens, Carl Lewis, Jackie Joyner Kersey. Boxing, Muhammad Ali. Gymnastics, Dominique Dawes. Simone Biles. Bobsledding, Vanetta Flowers.
P is for politicians. Many African American men and women have been elected as mayors, governors, representatives, senators, and other political officers. Harlem Rebels and Blanche Bruce were the first black to serve in the U.S. Senate. Colin Powell and Condoleezza Rice have served as Secretary of State. Kamala Harris is our vice president. Barack Obama was the first black president.
Q is for quilting. Quilting has been a tradition passed down through many generations and may have been used to help slaves escape north along the Underground Railroad. R is for our African roots should be a source of pride as we stand on the shoulders of the kings and queens, farmers, craftsmen, and mathematicians, artisans, and farmers and scholars who forged great civilizations and ancient times.
S is for slavery. In 1619, a ship brought 20 Africans to Jamestown, Virginia. These men and women had many skills and began working as indentured servants. Their status changed when the colonial economy chose to center its farming workforce on the free labor of the black servants. To make more money, more slaves were needed, so ships carrying hundreds of enslaved Africans were brought to this country. Many Africans suffered and died under the yoke of slavery.
The Tuskegee Airmen
Were pilots during the Second World War.
for the Second World War.
They gained
They gained
international fame
for
escorting
escorting
American bomber
American bomber planes
over
over
enemy
enemy
territory.
None
None
of the planes
they escorted
were
were ever shot down.
U is for universities. After the Civil War, the Freedmen's Bureau established numerous colleges and universities to help provide education for newly freed slaves who would not have been allowed to attend white schools. Howard, Hampton, Fisk universities, and Tuskegee Institute were some of the earliest schools to open.
V is for votes. Since the United States was founded, African Americans fought hard for the right to vote. It was believed that the vote would make a difference in the laws and living conditions of all citizens. Many of those overpowered often tried to prevent the former enslaved people from exercising that right. W
For
writers.
Since colonial days,
Since colonial days,
African Americans
African Americans
have shared
have shared
their
their thoughts
and feelings
and feelings
in literature,
and literature,
in 1773.
And 1773.
Phyllis Wheatley
Phyllis Wheatley
was the first
African American
to publish a book.
To-
To publish
to publish
a book of poetry.
poetry. X is for Revolution. And
Malcolm X,
and outspoken leader of the
Nation
nation
of Islam.
of Islam, drew large crowds who supported a
More militant
more militant
approach
approach
to achieving
to achieving
equality.
Equality. Why is for York? York helped make the Lewis and Clark expedition a success. He was one of many African American explorers whose courage and love of adventure paved the way for future generations. James Beckwourth helped open the West for settlers. Matthew Henson became co-discoverer of the North Pole, and Ronald McNair and James Madison trained to explore space. Z is for Zion. Churches and congregations were instrumental in helping escaping slaves get to freedom and have continue to serve as foundation to serve justice and
Civil rights
campaigns to this day. Hallelujah.
Calvary.